Hey guys, welcome to Parent and Kids Yoga. Today we're going to have lots of fun balancing, getting strong, and focusing. I brought two very special helpers here to help me today. And the first one is Power Ranger. Who's under that Power Ranger mask? It's Bo. Bo is my 5-year-old, and he's going to help us warm up today. Are you ready, Bo? All right. So we're going to go ahead and sit down, crisscross applesauce. We're going to make our spines nice and tall, stretching the top of our head up towards the ceiling. And we're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Ready? Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And on this next one, I want you to imagine you're filling your belly up like a balloon. Inhale and exhale. One more, just like that. Inhale, big balloon, and exhale. Oh, Bo really did get a balloon. Good breathing, Bo. All right, now that we're nice and warmed up with our breathing exercise, we're going to start with some stretches. So if you're working with more than one kid, you can do this individually just by facing forward. If you are working with a child, then you can do a little partner yoga. And that's what Bo and I are going to do. So facing each other, we're going to spread our legs out nice and wide. And Bo's going to bring his feet right about below my knees. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to grab our hands and start to warm up our spine. So leaning back and forth, really curling the spine, stretching back and forth. Good. And again, if you're doing this by yourself, you can just walk your hands forward or walk your hands back. Now we're going to start opening up our chest. So we're going to reach our arm back, open up the chest, take a deep breath into our lungs, and then grab our hands and take it to the other side. Opening up our chest nice and wide, and then bringing it back. And now we're going to do the wash machine and wash some clothes. Are you ready? Big circles with the spine here. You want to get all the way around, back and forth. Good. And now we're going to crisscross our hands, like so. This time we're going to work on opening up the shoulder. So we're going to open up the shoulder by reaching back and stretching back. And then we're going to bring the other arm back, stretching back, opening up. Good. Bringing it back to the center. And we'll just take a couple more forward and back, really warming up the spine. Good. Now for a little balancing, you can grab your hands and bring your feet together. We're going to go into a balanced boat pose. Again, this is something you can just do on your own balancing. We're going to bring our feet up to one another. Ready, Bo? And we're going to lift our feet up towards the ceiling. And you can kind of rock them back and forth a couple times. Woo, testing out your balance, really working your abs. Good balance, Bo. And then we'll put our feet back down on the floor. And we're going to roly-poly. So Bo's rolling and pulling just like the little bug. I'm going to go with him back and forth. And then you're going to take it all the way up to standing. Awesome. Do you feel warmed up, Bo? Yeah. Good job. All right. So now I'm going to introduce my second helper. It's a hot dog. What's your real name? Miles. This is Miles. He's 7 years old. Miles, did you bring anything to share with us today? A cow. the sun, and a cobra. Oh, I get it, Miles. It's time for sun salutations. You want to do it? Yeah. All right. So you're going to go ahead and come to your mat. Miles will demonstrate here, and I'll demonstrate here. We're going to inhale the arms over the top of the head, stretching up for the sun, wiggling the fingertips, lengthening your spine, and then you're going to drop down and touch the earth. Walking your hands, palms forward. We're going to come into a strong plank pose. Now, just like a cobra does, we're going to drop down, and when a cobra gets mad, he lifts up. And now we're going to take it back to our downward dog, stretching out those hamstrings. Now, adding a little bit here, we're going to jump our feet forward. Inhale up towards the sun, wiggling the fingertips, and exhale, coming down to the earth. This time we'll jump back to our plank. Good jump. Taking it down to the floor, and now an angry cobra all the way up. Back to our downward dog. Stretching out the hamstrings and the chest. And then our final one, we'll jump the legs forward. Inhale, reach up for the sun. Exhale, touch the earth. Miles knows where we're going. Jumping back to a plank. Coming down slowly. Angry cobra. And back to your downward dog. Now, Miles is going to crawl underneath me a couple times as I take an extra stretch. And this is always a nice thing to do for parents, is to really take that stretch, opening up the hamstring. It's where we oftentimes hold a lot of tension. So stretching it out. All right. Miles, do you think it's time for the plank? Yeah. All right. Thanks, buddy. So now it's time for the plank. And look, we have Bo the pirate. So we're going to go into our plank. You're going to stand right there and come down on all fours. And we're going to do a cat-cow. Are you ready? Yeah. All right. So we're going to begin like an angry cat, rounding our spine up towards the ceiling, and then come into a cow looking up. Are you ready for the sounds? Okay, ready? Angry cat. And then cow. Moo. Angry cat. Cow. Good, Bo. And one more. And then stretch it out. That's good mooing, Bo. All right, so plank series. When you're on all fours, you're already working your abs. Again, if you don't have a partner, he's ready to get on the pirate ship here, obviously. If you don't have a partner, you can do this without somebody on your back. To add someone on your back puts a lot more engagement into your abs, so you really will get an ab workout. Bo, are you on safe? Are you sure? All right. So we're going to begin by stretching our arms and our leg out and bringing it back in. Parents, the emphasis here is to really pull your abdominal muscles in nice and tight as you slowly move through this. Now you can do this as many times as you want, really working your shoulders, the abs. But for kids' patience' sake, we'll take it to a full plank. Are you ready, pirate? Okay, so coming up to a full plank and holding. Now with that extra weight, you can really feel your abs engage. Hold it as long as you want. You can always drop down your knees, give them a little ride. And then I'll come down and let my pirate get off. We're gonna go into some bicycles. Ready? So, lying on our back, we're going to start to move our legs like a bicycle. You can always take elbow to the knee. Oh, uh-oh, here comes a real bicycle. That must mean it is time for warrior. Let's go ahead, roly poly. Yep. Yes. And my friends brought some special tools to help us with warrior. Okay, so Miles, I'm going to have you stand right here, and Bo, you're going to stand on your mat back there. Okay, so the way that we start our warrior series, we step the legs wide, we bring our arms up like stars, turn the right foot out, and bend your knee for 3. And we're going to say some affirmations. I am powerful. I am strong. I am smart. Now reach that arm forward and come back up. Turn your right foot in and turn your left foot out. Yep, so you guys are going to hold your tools in the other hand. We're going to bend the knee for 3, coming down, and we're going to say affirmations. I am kind. I am loved. I love yoga. Good, and now really reach your sword towards the wall and come back up. We're going to step the legs and the feet together. And boys, come on up here to my mat with me. There we go. We're going to bring our swords or our pink flamingo scarf over the top of our head. Okay, warrior 3, are you ready? Step your right leg forward. Now this is a balancing pose, so you're going to start by lifting your back leg up and coming down. So you'll notice that kids, this is a great one for kids. It really gets their heart rate going, gets some energy out, and it takes a lot to balance. Good, boys. You're going to go ahead and come back. Other side, we're going to step the foot forward. And go ahead and come down into that strong warrior pose. So you want your body to look like a T, as in terrific. And then we'll go ahead and come up. Do you guys feel nice and strong now? Yeah. Are you ready for a little acro yoga? All right. So one of the best things about doing yoga with your kids, you can go ahead and take that off if you want, is the one-on-one bonding. So just playing around, being silly, and having fun. So we're going to show you a few acro tricks right here. Now, my boys have been practicing for a while, so they know how to get into it. Be very cautious. It's something that you want to build on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have Bo, can you show us a crab walk? Good. So Bo is walking around like a crab, and that's how we initiate the crab pose. Thank you, Bo. Now I'm going to come into a full crab pose. Thank you. Let's see. Wait. So I'm going to come up into my crab pose here. Now there's a couple things you can do, some tricep dips if you'd like, lifting the booty up, opening up the hips. But what we're really going to work on is balance for the kids. So Miles is going to step up on my legs, and work on his balance. And this is so good for kids 16 and under to really work their balance. Beautiful. You can see he's bringing his arms over the top of the head. Now to exit, very carefully, you're going to step or jump down like the professional over here. Thank you, Miles. Bo, come on over. Okay, so we're going to go into a cobra. I'm going to push Bo up with my feet, and he's going to look up like a cobra. Good. Can you look up towards the ceiling? Squeezing the legs together. Oh, there he is. And Miles is demonstrating a floor cobra. So if you're switching out between kids, there's always the option to do it there or lift up. And then I'm going to bring Bo down and push him back up. And bring him down, push him back up. One more time, bring him down, push him back up. And then he's going to go ahead and come down and sit right there. Okay, Miles is going to come behind me. If you want some added abs, this is always a fun one the kids like. You grab your kid's ankles and bring your legs up. Now you can see Miles, sorry, Bo, is pushing my feet down, really adding extra effort into my abs. Oh, thank you, Bo, for helping. So you can do that as many times as you want. Now, we're going to start to get fancy. I have my legs up the wall. I'm rolling out my ankles, flexing and pointing my toes. Miles is going to step into my hands. This is a very important grip. You want your index finger behind their ankle, and then I'm going to push him up all the way to standing. Good. Now hold on as I push up a little bit further. Now, we've been practicing that for a while, but one of the things that you can start to do to build strength is just push up and down a couple times here. Yep. And now to very carefully come down, you bring the elbows down, the hands come down, and Miles is going to go ahead and step off. All right. That was our acro series. Now we're going to do our cool down series. So Bo and Miles are going to come and sit here next to me or over there. Good. And we're going to go ahead to crisscross applesauce. There we go. And we're going to just cool down our spine here. So lifting the arm up. We're going to stretch over to the side. And then we'll switch to the other side. I know. And then a couple more times, you can just wave it out. Feels really good to stretch the lats back and forth. And this is real kids yoga. I mean, who has the control? All right, guys, come on over. Let's finish strong. So I'm going to go ahead and take a child's pose. Miles is going to sit on my back, and Bo is going to stand by my hands. Now, this feels really good. So here's my child's pose. Good, Miles, can you sit a little bit higher on my back? Right up here. There you go. And so he's going to take a deep backward bend, which is great for getting fresh blood flow. And Mama or Dada is just relaxing in their child's pose. Now see that Bo is putting pressure on my hands? That just adds a little bit of stretching to your spine. And then Miles is slowly going to come up. And I'm going to come up too. All right, you guys. That was our 25-minute series. Miles, come here, please. And now that we're nice and cooled down, we're going to sit crisscross applesauce. And always at the end of class, we say thank you. But in yoga, the Sanskrit way is to say namaste. And it means from my heart to yours, thank you. So we're going to bring our hands, palms to the center of our chest, bowing forward. Namaste. Thanks, guys.